Blink if you need to be rescued. Blink, blink, blink. How is everyone on this Sunday night? It's cold. It's cold here in New York. Yep, it's a chilly, chilly night. Chilly, chilly, chilly. I gotta turn this thing off. We're having a polar vortex here in New York, and well, um, it feels good. It feels good. I don't have to be out in this weather, so I used to when I was commuting to work, but I had to turn the news off because I had the news running all day, all day, all day. And it's been a very, very unsettling right now. What's happening, extremely disturbing, extremely stressful for everyone. Uh, and yet again, we find ourselves at this twisted, sick, evil brick wall of the war industrial complex, military industrial complex. And we are here again. So, 1968, or whatever, what year did Nam start? Vietnam. There was Vietnam. And then after Vietnam, well, that went for such a long period. Then we had a couple of attacks that were they provoked a couple of short day things going on. Well, some weren't that short, but yeah. So basically, we have been at war almost throughout my entire lifetime. We have been at war almost through my entire lifetime. Not the full 66 years, but significantly long spurts of the 66 years of my life, we have had conflict. hmm This is America. This is America. They say don't start none, there won't be none. We're always starting some, and then we don't got none. We don't got none here for the American, for our citizenry, because they have to spend money to give foreign aid to Israel, and then they have to have money. They have to stockpile money so they can give us the old con job that, oh, we don't have the funding. Oh, we don't have the funding. We don't have the funding. What do the American people do not understand about that? There is just no funding to provide adequate services to the population of citizens. We can't do that. It's just impossible. But if another country needs our aid, where another country that is in constant conflict because it happens to be like a covert operation, I believe, this is what I think. I believe it's between the United Kingdom and here America, and how they have these backdoor under the tube, all these deals that are going on, that these people are linked in, and this is why we have all of these conflicts that go on that don't stop. And I mean, the world has always been sick. The world has always been a very sick, twisted, demented place. Great deal of perversion, great deal of greed, that great deal of excess. You know, it's like what entertainment is about. These venues, you know, like it's all excess and greed, and uh, it just seems to be the way of the Western culture. But yet, you, the Western culture wants to claim Muslims and Islam as jihadists, using jihadists, the word jihad, which means to struggle, and you want to say it's Muslims. Yet the Israelis are the guy who owns OnlyFans. All right, where everyone, excuse me, those who are engaged in that line of 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 making an income, um, that's also linked in with the PDFs, because that's what it's about: bestiality, PDF, excess, um, trafficking. So this is all. This is what the world is. This is the world. And if you don't think that it's all linked together, you're living in such a bubble. You're living in such a bubble. And you see how, okay, society is. You see um like on television, or you see like how it's just like it's crazy. Like everyone's skin is out, everybody's showing, and there's no um just like there's no boundaries. There's no boundaries, and then they they want to blame, they meaning the evangelical, the Anglo-Caucasity, the religiosity. They want to blame everything on minorities, the African countries, the black people, the Latinos, the Arabs. um I mean, this whole game that has been going for as long as it's been going, it is so old. It is old. It is like old dog poop that became hard, you know, and then after then it turns into dust. And it's just so faded. It's so faded. I mean, here we are in this predicament. People bought hook, line, and sinker that Trump was going to make MAGA. And meanwhile, back at the White House Ranch, back at the White House Ranch, while there's the Great Gatsby grandiosity events going on with women in their champagne glasses with their butt cheeks out, you know. But this is the example of America. This is America, and then you have these senators and these Congress people that they're spineless, and the spine that they do have is owed to Israel because they have to jump and they have to abide by, because well, they've taken so much money, like Lindsey Graham, you know. And then you have Hakeem Jeffries, and then you have Chuck Schumer, that he wants to continue to give money to Israel. Is it the United States of America, or is it the United States of Israel? Because the last time I remember, the currency that I look at does not say Israel. It says United States of America. Bunch of useless bureaucratic bureaucratic billionaires who basically you're sucking on the friggin' tit of the United States Treasury government, and you're making money hand over fist. That's what you're doing. I'm not looking at anybody's messages. I'm actually just sitting in the dark. So you can say what you want. If there's any mods there, Okay. Okay. Smile. Smile. Okay. Show. I'm gonna let it show. I'm not gonna hide anything because there's people that are saying things that are unhinged. But this is the world we live in, unhinged world. Oh, like I said earlier, there's another accident that occurred, major pileup. Where was that? I saw that. I read that briefly. Um, like I read every day, like do a lot of reading, so verbatim. I don't remember what that was. Hold on, stand by, everybody. Mr. Sandman, boom, boom, boom. Oh my God. Hold on one second. So, the industrial war complex that now here where we have in Dutchess County, we have a VA hospital. There's one here and there's one in Westchester County. So what they want to do, they want to close that facility over there, and those are historic buildings that are really they're really beautiful buildings over there. The grounds, the campus is really really nice, and their intent is to of course as usual they want to buy the property and they want to then either renovate, gut it, who knows. But it's the let's get as much property as we can. Let's increase the rents, and for all these people that well they fell between the cracks. Not my problem. You know that's their problem. That's disgusting, like Howard Lutnick says. It's disgusting. Got a lot of characters in this administration. There's a lot of comedy to be had. ah, Nothing personal against you, Lutnick, but it's kind of like the way you talk. He's disgusting. I can change my voice. I have that ability. I was a ventriloquist. Oh my God. Oh. See, you have to have humor. You have to laugh at this stuff, even though there's nothing funny. But it's a sick world, and we have these leaders that are very well. They needed to stay in, excuse me, their fields that they're in, like with finance, or you got the wrestling lady there who A and I for the vowels. No, it was artificial intelligence. Oh, AI, is that a new steak sauce? No, it's artificial intelligence. It's not a new steak sauce. Or let's not get ahead of our skis. That became, that was the, um, that was, who was that now? That was that other lady. Well, let's not get ahead of our skis. And, they, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. I could write the skits for Saturday Night Live. I mean, it's, like I said, it's nothing funny, but just the things, the things that are said and the current, well, the current stage members, because that's what they are. They're stage members, you know. They're performing their assignment, their assigned role, in the administration. But I think it's disgusting. Has anybody seen that interview with Mr. Howard Lutnick? Yeah, that was comical. That was actually very, very comical. Oh boy. Anyway, um, yeah, I'll have to do like a comedy skit. I'll have to do a comedy skit. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you can't see, so. So da, 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 da. Please hold on. Mr. Sandman, dun, dun. I gotta bring the xylophone over. Yeah, TikTok, you should offer that feature. I mean, YouTube, well, you're one and the same. You're cut from the same cloth. Greed mongers. You have people, billions of people from all over the world. Temperature right now. 25 degrees. 25 degrees right now here in the Northeast, in the region I'm in. And feels like 8. And the dew point is low and the barometric pressure is high. So when we have that happening, then we have this La Nina. It's a polar vortex where it's there. It's actually quite a sensational thing going on weather-wise in the atmosphere, the stratosphere, for anyone who follows the weather. Hold on 1 second. We have a waxing gibbous moon right now. It's beautiful. The moon looks really nice. And tomorrow there will be unicorns, butterflies, and rainbows, and the world will be a happy place. And they'll be giving out free ice cream to everybody in the world. And yeah, that would be nice, right? I haven't heard any news from the Pope, but I'm sure he's had something to say about this situation now. Another senseless conflict. Another senseless conflict. And let's see who are the players again. Boy, the same players on that chessboard. The only thing that's changing is the date and the time. Yep. Yeah, like I said, they're all connected, even with the entertainment. And you see now, there's a lot of stuff happening now with shows that are either canceled or long shows that are on long hiatus. All of this is what's going on in the White House. There's a lot of uh, talent, big wigs in that web as well, and uh, that's a known fact. That's a known fact because, like I said in another video, any of these celebrities that make it up to the higher echelon of earnings and appearances and media and branding and deals, they're all intertwined with this Epstein situation too. They're all intertwined with it, you know. And you see how black and white. Now Diddy, he had his freak offs, right? And they crucified him, which he deserved to do for being the way he was, being a not nice person with plenty of the women, young women, underage women, allegedly. They crucified him, right? But these Epstein Websters, because that's what they are, because they're all in the web. The Epstein Websters. Um, now we're at a war, World War III now with Iran. Hmm. Yeah. So I guess now for the service members that were just unalived because of this action, I guess you can tell their parents and their family that that this is an honorable, that you're an honorable president, Mr. Trump, and that you come to the table with clean hands. That's why that's why Iran is happening right now, because of the Epstein. This is all a distraction. So this distraction, and now you already made your announcement that there will be many more, many more, many more. So basically, it's like, well, hey, you know, I'm not going to man up and I'm not going to fess up. What's going to end up happening is that he's going to end up, well, we all know what's going to end up happening. It happens to each and every one of us. And so this is what he wants, and this is why he keeps praising Rubio. He's disgusted with Vance. He now knows that Vance should not have been his pick. And, well, yeah, because they're all covering up. They are all covering up and protecting him. And the Dow is 50,000. What'd you say? We're going to make America great again. Oh my good gosh. Oh, good God. But the Dow is 50,000. And it's okay for young girls to be SA'd and to be trafficked. And to then go, the one girl in her diary, she wrote about going through a termination, and from the description that was in her diary, she apparently was way past the safety time. So that means that this young lady, this young girl, more than likely had to have that, what they call this, when, if you have I don't know what I can say, what I can't say. If for some reason, you have a stillborn, then they have to do like, it's an operation basically. So this young girl, in her book, in her journal, she wrote that she saw the feet, the small tiny feet, or the small tiny hand. I was watching it on TYT, and yeah, the journalist Anna Kasparian and Cenk, they were hosting, and yeah. So this is what is being protected. This is what is being protected, and this is why Iran is going on now. Yep. So remember that, everyone, and for everyone who supports him or did support him, if you have children or grandchildren or maybe even great grandchildren at this point, you have, of your family members that have young children, yeah, just think of that little child, or better yet, think of those kids. Think of the young kids, like, see, because people's minds are sick. People's minds are so sick. But think of that young girl. Think of that young girl being yeah, by a grown man. Because men like that, they need to, well, they need to be castrated. That's what they need. That's what they need. And this is who is being protected. This is who is being protected. I'm sure you all have very clear consciences and you sleep really, really well. I'm sure you all really, really do, right? People pray for peace, pray for peace. Hopefully, Mr. President Donald J. Trump will realize, like, hey, I really effed up. I really effed up here, and I better just withdraw. But his ego is so far out of control. I actually think that Donald Trump is autistic. I think he's an autistic man that was never diagnosed, like an Asperger type. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he suffers from he was never diagnosed as having Asperger's. Because even when he was younger, like if you would like listen to his old um you know, he kind of like he went around like he talked about a lot of stuff, and there are certain people that they have that, and yeah, so that's what I think. But anyway, everybody stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated. Remember, do the right thing by people. Do the right thing by people like you're being watched, because you are. Till next time. Thanks for listening. And thanks for who's ever you know deleted and avoided the foolishness. Have a great night. Bye.